cave. You're going in the cave.
Duck cave.
Duck cave.
And you're duck man.
You're hunting with me at your own risk. Kill. Axel.
Get your thumper thumping, dog. Ain't gonna lie.
That's what happens when you make a perfect shot. Didn't even touch the head.
That's gonna leave it, man. You ain't ready. You ain't ready. We supposed to be doing a show. You over trying to take a nap. Hey, this is a big deal.
I'm trying to get my rest for this weekend. Got a
This
long road
weekend, you've been
trip.
resting all week.
No, I wish I had been.
Look at here. I don't know if you saw that post on your Instagram. Exactly. We're here today to say thanks. I don't know which camera I'm confused. I'm looking at this camera. 1 million downloads.
Is that a lot?
It's pretty, I mean, I feel like it's a cool deal, you know. I think it's a great deal. Great deal for our partners. If you guys haven't been here before, listening to the podcast, we appreciate you taking time today to listen in. This is going up on that camera right there that Goose is shooting with. And it's going to be our episode this week on Realtree 365.
Right.
This will be the second time in 3 years that we had to run home and get some stuff handled. We had a really cool opening week last week. We'll get into that in a minute, but I wanted to open up this episode by saying thank you for being here. This episode right here is kicking off season 4. This will be our fourth year doing podcasts, and it comes right on the heels of us reaching more than 1 million downloads. So if you listen to this and you don't follow us on social media, you need to go check out the Dr. Duck account on Instagram. We giving away dog food. So our partners of this podcast, Victor, is giving away dog food, treats, hat. We got Rite giving away swag. Our friends at Realtree giving a gift card that you can use in the Realtree online store. Did you know they had an online store?
No.
You didn't even know, did you? It's a pretty nice store. Y'all go check that out.
All I need to know, can I win this?
You cannot. It doesn't matter.
I
You
just
can
don't think
enter
it's-
as much as you want. You probably wouldn't win with your luck anyway.
Well, I feel like I should be able to enter it and have a chance to
We're
win.
going to enter it. I know the guy doing the contest. I bet. Hey, we got Dr. Duck Co. as well. They're throwing in a Realtree Max 5 blind bag.
Oh, I'm entering it.
Oh, no. No. Allure decoys. You're going to end up with a dozen decoys out of the deal. I mean, this is big.
So you'll be ready to go hunting.
Hey, I ain't done yet. 737 duck calls. They got that brand new Tomahawk, which, hey, you know this season
Oh,
did I mention Braves World Championship?
Yeah.
I'm all about Tomahawk, baby. Now, you can be chopping on them all season long with the Tomahawk, the brand new, cut them all down call from 737 duck calls. So you get a chance to win all that cool stuff just by going on this fella's Instagram account, tagging a couple of hunting buddies, and make sure you follow all those partners. So check that out. It's really exciting. I don't know if you realize you had, like, in the first 24 hours, you had like 1,200. So
right.
it's going to be fun. It's going to be a good time.
So when they step out of the truck, they ready to go hunt.
Oh, yeah. Ready to go. But thank you guys so much. 1 million downloads is great. We started this deal 3 years ago and didn't know what to expect. And we've had biologists on, Delta waterfowl reps on. We've had some really super cool folks, the duck commander guys. I mean, we've had a lot of great guests over the course of these three seasons. And then the rest of the time, y'all just stuck with us two dummies, Texas rednecks, but that is what it is.
I can't thank you enough, too, as well, to take time to listen to two old guys talk about waterfowl hunting. So it means a lot to us, and we really appreciate it, and can't thank you enough for the support. It means a lot. So
Yep, sincerely thankful. And I don't know about old. You're old. I'm not old. So y'all stay tuned. And look, again, we're kicking off season 4. So you don't even know this.
It's season 4.
Now, we got a really big. We got something else special coming up.
See how they keep me in the dark?
Well,
I just
knew
don't
I
think
could.
all this
I don't know
fair.
about you keeping a secret. So I gotta. Hey, I can't even tell you today. What I am gonna tell you is you gotta watch the podcast for this one, or listen. You mean you can watch this one? The rest of them you're gonna have to listen. But there's gonna be something special that might or might not be given away. That might
Since we
happen.
got Goose, why can't they just watch the next one? We'll have Goose with us.
We might could watch the next one too. We'll figure that out. I'm just telling you, you're gonna want to stay tuned. First few weeks of this season 4, something special gonna happen. The only way you'll hear about it, you're not gonna hear about social media. Right here is the only way you're gonna hear about it. It's gonna be really cool. So, enough of all the business stuff out the way.
So we got to introduce Goose.
Goose,
You know, we went from
Seed
Seed
Up.
Up, and then we went from Grant, which was nicknamed
Propane.
Propane, and now we got Goose. And Goose got his name, I guess he looks like the guy on Top Gun.
Hey, I'm gonna do it. I already got it figured out. Goose, I'm doing a post, and it's gonna be where it started and how it's going.
Isn't he supposed to grow his mustache?
Well, yeah, but everybody's gonna be so excited to know that Goose didn't actually die in Top Gun. He just became a camera guy for Realtree.
Right.
Y'all aren't gonna believe this, but you're gonna have to wait on that too.
Yeah. So
Yeah, Goose a good kid.
Yes, it's going to be a lot of fun this year. I think he's fitting in already, so it's going to be a lot of fun. So
I want to talk this week. We just touching base. A big deal for today is to say thank you again. Really appreciate that. But also want to talk. We did, a lot of people saying, "Hey, when you get started." Well, I went up and represented Team Dr. Duck at a show in northeastern Arkansas. Dennis got a little jump start to try and find some birds a little bit north.
I just couldn't stand it. You see
Yeah.
all these guys, and I kill ducks. I like to kill ducks. So Billy, he had to go do the PR stuff. So I couldn't stand it. So I hit the road a little early, and we started off in a northern state, and we did some scouting there. And we went set up for just our boats and some floaters, and expected to find some, hopefully in a pothole somewhere right off the lake areas, like we do here in East Texas most of the time. Well, we get up there and we scout for, I don't know, a couple days. We did find some ducks, but they were out in the open, and you know how I am about that open spot. It's just
Tail whooping.
It's a tail whooping for me, and there's so much water there. I mean, if they don't like what they see right there, they go land 100 yards from you, and it's just, I've done it several times, and some guys pull it off. and it's happened to us before. I mean, we've had some luck, but it's just your odds are against you. You know what I mean? Especially if they've been educated a while. And it wasn't opening weekend, so they've been shot at. They had youth weekend, and actually, time we got there was actually the third weekend. So they've already been educated a little bit. So they're not just going to come into something that.
Well, plus
they've
they's
been
getting shot from Canada down too.
Right, so they're really educated. So we scouted a couple lakes. We also scouted a river too. Just found a bunch of wood ducks. I mean, beautiful wood ducks coming in on that river, and just me and Axel just sat in the boat, and they was just flying right in and lighting right on us. It was just.
You
sat
didn't
there
want to
and
shoot no wood ducks?
Well, scouting. I don't like shooting at things when I scout.
Hey, does that pick up on the mic?
So we did that, and I didn't see anything we liked.
Well, you had one. I saw the clips. Y'all had one day you hunted that I saw in the video clips, and the birds working, but then it must have been some other folks in the area.
Well, it's one of those states that believes in water programs, and they do it for the public as well. And the thing I'd like to see here in Texas is public cornfield.
Yeah.
And they flooded it, and they had 2-3 big pumps going, and actually this one was full. They got one field there. It looks like they hadn't started flooding it yet, so it looks like it's going to be flooded later on the season, but they got the pump there ready to roll.
Drop me a pen.
No, I ain't going to share that one with you, but anyways, anytime you got public corn, you're going to have a lot of people there too. And we knew the odds would be stacked against us a little bit, but if we could get a shot or two and work a bird there and there, we'd have been happy. And the thing that people has to realize is everybody hunts a little different Everybody's shot distance is a little different. Well, mine's a little bit closer than my neighbor's, and so, but nothing wrong with them.
That's a good point.
They killed some ducks.
Yeah.
And
they were shooting them a little quicker than you was, then.
right, we just didn't get ours down fast enough, and there was nothing wrong with it. I mean, it's just, it happens, and that's the thing you have to consider when you go to an area like that. You might not get to work the ducks all the way down in the decoys like we like to do. And when you go to those spots, you're going to have to probably expect that. It is public, and like I said, there's guys some guys want to shoot a little bit further than others. There's nothing you can do about it. So, but anyways, we had a good time. We worked some, and and kind of learned my lesson. So hey, we just need to go scout. So, and I think you showed up, and then we didn't have much of a choice, but we was in a dilemma: either stay in that same area and keep struggling, or just continue to travel further north, which gave us an opportunity to learn some more area from where we was already at. So we took advantage of that and headed further north. But as we got further north, then we realized we wouldn't really set up for those locations. We didn't have our layout blinds. We had boats and floaters, and there we should have had our trailer and full bodies, and
Yeah, a lot less water, a lot more cornfield.
right, dry fields. And so we knocked on the door on a farmer, and we got a hunt in. So that's
Good hunt.
it was a good hunt, and we learned the area. So I think it's an area that you and I will go back. Definitely gonna hit that area again because we saw lots of ducks, but we're gonna go back with a different setup. We'll go back with our trailer and full bodies and
A little later in the year, maybe
layout
too.
Even the ponds around there, the ponds were clean around them, cattle ponds.
So no brush to hide it.
There's nothing. I mean, you're just sitting at the wide open. So you got to have some kind of, your A-frame or some type of layout blind or something there to give yourself an opportunity to have some type of success. So,
Well, everybody gonna ask. I mean, people gonna ask probably where you at without letting people know exactly, because some folks don't like you sharing stuff like that. I get it either way.
right.
We were, I call it, probably middle.
Central Flyway.
We're in the
Well, we didn't draw our South Dakota tag.
right.
And, everybody knows North Dakota's dry. So, so we
Well, that's
just,
what I was getting at.
Right.
Bird numbers. So your initial stop versus the next stop, and just overall, you were on the road last week, starting off season for 8 days.
yes, sir.
What about the bird count? From the numbers you saw in the Midwest or Central area, what do those numbers look like early, right now?
Well, some areas were poor, and some areas were pretty decent.
Yeah.
A
A lot of mallards, I know we shot a mixed bag.
Yeah, it was a lot of mixed bag. It wasn't a lot of mallards, but a lot of ducks. The one hole I was talking about earlier that was just had no cover, there was probably at least 3,000 birds sitting on that place right there, easy. And they were out there in smartweed, and I guess the lake had been dry. The smartweed was probably, it's crazy, but it had to be 7 foot tall.
Sheesh.
Because I'm 6 foot, and the water by then was probably waist deep or a little bit higher. And anyways, we tried it. I come up with a crazy idea. We got to the point where we was waiting on you, and then we you know what I mean. So we was in a limbo spot there, and we wanted to hunt. So I came up with a crazy idea, and we did give it a try. And to our luck, as migration birds are, they didn't show back up. So it's just, and that's the thing about waterfowl hunting. I mean, you put all your time in the scout and think you got them locked down and say, hey, this is going to be good. You get it, and you think of ideas to do, and you get out there, and it just didn't work out for us.
So numbers are spotty,
Yeah.
and you wouldn't say not a ton of mallards you saw yet, but you saw some mallards. That's good.
Yeah.
They were, I did know when I showed up, I started going one way scouting, you went the other way, and I did notice while there were some ponds with water in, I noticed a lot of dry holes too, even in the central area there.
Right.
I don't know, it'll be very interesting. And I wish we were super stoked to present this episode to you to fire up another season.
Right.
It's come to our attention, and a couple people made us aware of this that tried to jump in the link late. that the episode's no longer active. They've had some technical difficulties, and I'm sure they'll get that episode back online. I apologize for that. Be honest with you, we ain't the two savviest guys in the room, so not sure I can tell you exactly what happened, but you're going to see this episode probably kicking it off for us until they get that issue resolved. And we're headed back out tomorrow or the next day, really, which is something really unique for us.
Right, we're going to do a crane hunt. You know, we've ate crane, both
Pterodactyl.
of us. Yeah, pterodactyl. We both ate them. We loved them. Hey, it was great. We just never had an opportunity to hunt them. Well, that opportunity has arisen, and I took advantage of it. We're going out with some guys, and so it's going to be a lot of fun.
Ribeye of the sky.
They say it is the true ribeye of the sky.
Oh, it's good eating.
It's good eating. It's textured like a steak, and it was really good. So that's the reason I want to go. I want to go hunt them and experience the whole atmosphere of it, of hunting them, and also in eating them, and so.
Do you know what the travel limit is on cranes?
Well, we're going to be in our home state, so.
Well, still though, would it be 3 days? You think possession limit still be 3 days, even on cranes?
Yeah.
I need to check in that because I'd love to bring all that meat home.
Yeah, I'm going to. So.
You're gonna have every game warden in every county following you back to East Texas,
Well,
trying to see how many cranes you got in your truck.
Well, probably so. They probably want to eat them.
I bet those. I mean, I bet that's a good deal for outfitters out there out west that do this deal. So the one thing that you mentioned to me, I'm not gonna lie, a little skeptical. I like to shoot ducks and cranes. I don't know. I do like eating them, but you made a really good point. Crane is not something a lot of people are just gonna go buy a couple decoys and jump out and go do.
Right, and we talk about it all the time. It's like, hey, you know, if you're going to a new spot or if you're not quite set up and you want to try it, go with an outfitter first, and that's what we're doing. We're following
Taking our own advice.
Taking our own advice. This kid's already got them pretty much scouted. He has all the equipment. All we got to do is just show up, get out there, lay out there, and pull the trigger. You know.
Fill the freezer.
Fill the freezer, and there's nothing wrong with taking advantage of those opportunities. And so, like, you know, we've never really hunted them, and so to me, I think it was the best thing for us to do. And this guy's already got the fields locked down. He's got where they're at. He called me. He's so excited about the number of cranes he has. I just hope they stay. My luck is they're there one day and gone the next. And I just hope that doesn't go all year. But I am excited because after that we'll go to another state and we do our thing and chase waterfowl. And I was watching the news this morning, and I'm going to tell you, I hope the news guy didn't lie to me this morning.
Oh, is the weather guy?
Yeah.
Oh, you know he lying.
So
he ain't even got to open his teeth up and he lying.
Well, there is a cold front brewing, and it's going to hit the Dakotas, and it's something that we always talk about. They're getting a foot of snow.
When?
Coming. So
I'm gonna write it
I
down.
watched the news this morning, just kind of getting the idea of the weather. So it's coming. I think it's going to hit maybe this weekend. That should hopefully push some more ducks down in our way and get those old mallards there, because if North Dakota is dry as they are, and I got high hopes, and I could be definitely
You figured
wrong.
they'd just burn right out there.
Well, you know, we're getting that corn covered up in those fields. They got low water. So, you know, they're going to push on down a little further. Mm-hmm. It just makes sense that they do, but they are stubborn, and they do find ways to avoid pressure. So, you know, so I'm looking forward to that. I think this winter we could have some great opportunities. You know, of course, we are a little bit dry down here in the south as well. Our rivers are not out. I looked at some of our river gauges, and we're way down on some of our rivers that we normally hunt. So, but it looks like it's going to be a lot of riding down the river, jumping the levees again, and walking long distance again for us this year. So that's the predicament right now, unless we get some rain. But we're not getting any rain up here, but they are getting snow up there. So I'm excited. I just hope he didn't lie to me, because I won't be able to sleep.
Well, 1, he lied. 2, you ain't ready. 3, I do have one question, and
Right.
so if you're catching this today, we did a deal. There are a couple other platforms that are also carrying the Federal Black Cloud show this season. It's pretty exciting. One of those platforms is Outdoor America, and we also contribute some tips. And I did a tip yesterday. I was at the Allure warehouse, and one of the questions I actually got twice this week. Hey, look at the little honeybee.
Yeah, don't hurt him.
I ain't gonna hurt him. I was gonna throw him in your beard. Look, we get asked frequently about the setup. Look, where am I gonna put these decoys? Those are difficult questions to answer for me, because situations always change. And the first thing out of my mouth is, look, I don't know nothing about where you're at today, so you're gonna have to draw me a picture or something. The question I can answer is the one that should come first. Hey, I'm finna take 24 decoys. I need to go get them. What am I looking for in a decoy? And that was my tip from Allure, and I got to thinking, well, I wonder what Dennis's favorite thing is. What are you looking for? So if a guy, you just getting in waterfowl hunting, or your decoys are old beat up, you can't scrub them up, get them clean, you're about to hit the streets, start chucking out decoys, you need some more. What's like the one thing, the top thing you're looking for when you buy a new decoy?
I looked, when we was doing the lure decoy, the thing for me was what it's going to get that duck's attention first. And to me, it's the bright colors, longer distance, seeing it in earlier light, just giving you a better opportunity. There are decoys out there, they look great, but they're darker. If you're hunting darker areas that we hunt, it takes a little bit longer in the morning for those things to even show up, for those ducks to even look down and be able to see them. So I wanted something that would be a little bit brighter, a little bit lighter. Some of the stuff, the lure decoys. I mean, we got some video of them as well. They don't take very much movement for those things to move. I think it was 3 miles an hour wind. We was hunting in the timber one day, and those things were moving. So those are things I look for. Is if they can create some type of movement visually that they pick up in early light for those ducks to see, and from longer distance as well. Can those ducks see them from longer distances? If you're hunting open water, you want those ducks to be flying over, and they might be half a mile away, but they can look down and they can see those decoys from longer distance. That's what I look for. If I was
you want them to pop.
I want them to pop. I want those drakes to pop. I want that hen to be as natural as she can, though. I don't want her to pop. I want her.
You'll be excited to know that I have apparently been paying attention. Because when I gave that tip from the warehouse yesterday, they was lightweight and durable, so you can tote them in.
Right.
But I talked about the detail that you put into that hen, because they're supposed to be kind of hidden from predators and stuff. And that pop, pop, pop of that mallard drake.
Right.
So
that's what I look for. I want that hen to be natural looking, because when that drake does fly over, I want that hen, and when he gets in close enough range, he can actually see him.
He just ain't seeing him.
I want him to see him. He's double taking him.
I like it.
I know that's a real hen down there. So that's, to me, is what I'm looking for. I want those drakes to get their attention, and I want those hens to make them feel secure enough to even come on in. So,
well, that's good.
Yeah.
We answered a couple questions. Obviously, the Allure have been doing a great job for us, killing birds over them for several years now.
And and we're not. Look, that's the last thing I want to do is be that guy like, hey, this is the only brand out there, and it's not. There are
a lot of good brands.
There's a lot of good brands out there, and I always said this. I've said this for the past 3 years on our podcast. Go with something that you have confidence in, because duck hunting's tough. It's kind of like baseball. If you go 3 for 10, that's a good
Hall of Fame career.
That's right. So same thing in duck hunting, man. It's tough. When you're hunting educated ducks, Ivy League ducks, you need the gear that you need, that you feel confidence in, because you need all the confidence you can get when you're hunting these greenheads.
Yeah. Guys, appreciate you being here today. This video, this episode, if you're listening right now on iTunes or Spotify or wherever it is you get your cool listening material, you can also watch this one on Realtree 365 and the Federal Black Cloud YouTube channel. You could catch us all season long on both of those, and follow this dude, Dr. Duck, on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You got a TikTok? You need to start doing some TikTok dances.
Man, it's hard to do TikTok dances when you're tone deaf.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Yeah. So.
I got a TikTok, but they keep banning all my videos, so I don't know. But y'all can catch us here all season long. One more time, thank you. 1 million downloads, dude. You guys rock.
Thank you so much.
We're super blessed and very excited to be doing season 4 right here, and we'll catch you soon.
Wish everybody the best of luck this season. Stay safe and hang in there and stay after it.